Good morning. It's day 48. I'm leaving Vandeventer shelter and headed towards TN-91, which is a highway or a road where I'll be picked up for a 0-day in Damascus with Samil. And I've been on trail since last Friday, my last 0 being the previous Thursday. So this is day 9 on trail on this straight run, which actually is kind of comfortable for me. Like 7 days on trail, or 6 or 7 between zeros, almost doesn't feel like enough. So like 9 or 10 is kind of the sweet spot for me right now. I'm only in mile 450 or something like that. But that's how it's shaken out. So today's relatively flat in the grand scheme of things. The TN-91 gap where that road crosses is at a similar elevation to where I'll be hiking all day. It'll go down a little bit, but only a few hundred feet. It's not like coming down off Pond Mountain to Boots Off Hostel or something like that, where it's like a 1,500 foot drop. Liable to get stepped on here. I almost did. There's a scale. So I've discovered that the secret to a proper cat hole is to find yourself a shelter that has a proper shovel. And you can I'd forgotten about this. This is like the tombstone of it's like the tombstone of a hermit that used to live up these parts. Uncle Nick Grindstaff lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone is the epitaph. 1923. We need to bring back reverse italics. You never see that anymore. draw your attention to the color in the upper left portion of the screen. It's very refreshing. Also the fact that we can see all the way to the distant horizon at the moment. So these little umbrella-shaped plants are mayapple, is my understanding. What I don't know is that what they look like their whole life, or is this like the baby version of something else? So just in the last little bit, suddenly broken clear of the clouds and are starting to see some blue skies up ahead. Looks like it's still kind of clouds off that way, but yeah, the horizon off to my right is still kind of misted in clouds, but off to my left is pretty clear and blue. Left being northwest, right being kind of southeast. I'm about 2.5 miles, just based on looking at the time from destination. It's an hour, 15 minutes. But today's hike has been fairly easy. It's basically a ridge hike. It was a steep at times, but big climb up from the dam to the first shelter where I spent the night. But since leaving that shelter, it's been just kind of rolling. Some climbs, some descents, but nothing major. Just within a few hundred feet. And the road crossing where I'm getting picked up is about at the same elevation as the shelter I spent the night last night. So no big gains and losses on this little hike. It really turned into a beautiful day. And then all these plants abloom. I had to stop and take off my rain gear and my long sleeve, so I'm just walking in my t-shirt, which makes the breeze feel a little on the cool side, but with the sun beaming down, it's all pretty good. And I'm about a mile from the finish line for the day. Well, I've arrived at TN-91, which is where you come out of the woods and start crossing cow pastures, but I'm about to get picked up any minute by Samil to take a 0 day in Damascus. And then I get to hike a day and a half back into Damascus on Monday and Tuesday. But I'm just sitting here by the information pavilion. The trail is right across the street there.